Your Honor.
What?
We had a verbal agreement that he was going to prorate the days that I had paid for January as well.
Tell me about that prorated agreement.
Well, $15.95.
No, tell me.
He
Tell me about...
He said you have to leave by the end of January, and I'll prorate the days that you've paid. I said, okay. And I was out January 27th, so there's, 31 days.
When did you rent his room? In what month? To the person and the person's name. When did you rent his room?
Her name is Longish, and she just moved in the beginning of this month.
The beginning of March.
Beginning of March, I'm sorry, yes.
So you advertised the room in February?
No, yes.
And you rented it in March?
I'm sorry, we started advertising in January because he had given us notice for January 1st.
30-day notice that he would be out January 1st.
Okay, and he was still there on the 27th. Who had a discussion with him about prorating the rent for the 4 days in January?
We never had a discussion with him about prorating.
Did you have a discussion with him?
I never made that statement.
Where was this discussion, Mr. Seligman?
We had that discussion, Your Honor, and I even said, listen, if you return my deposit in full with the garage clicker and key, don't worry about the prorate and use it to clean the room, which, really only need to be swept and Swiffered. And he said, okay, and I honestly didn't think that they would lie under oath, quite frankly.
Okay. Well, he is going to return your security deposit, sir, to you.
Your Honor.
He is going to return all of your security deposit to you. It didn't work out, and it really just required being swept up, which is not $140 worth. I could do that for less than $140.
In addition to that, Your Honor, I don't know if you saw in the video, there was writing on the mirror in the bathroom. Very expensive mirror. And I don't know if it was lipstick or what it was, but that took the cleaning ladies had a very difficult time getting that off.
My goodness. Oh, my goodness gracious me.
Yeah.
They're using the wrong product, and maybe you should change your cleaning service. You have to return $170 to him. Okay, let's go to balance of the deposit I've just dealt with. Now we're going to go to harassment. Are we really going to go to this harassment?
Yeah.
Well, you can go to this harassment. I'll give you 30 seconds to do it. Let's go. Tell me how you were harassed.
He comes into my room at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm sleeping naked. Then the day of January 21st, I'm at the gym. I get a phone call from the girl in my house saying you're...
What girl in your house?
I was dating a girl. She was in my house.
Just a second. This isn't a steady girlfriend. This is just a somebody, a date. You're talking to me.
I'm not marrying the girl anytime soon.
No, well, that's what I'm... Okay, so there was a girl in your house, sleeping in your bed.
Yes.
Right? Since that time, how many times have you seen her? Because it's very easy to ask. Since that time, how many times have you seen her?
Maybe 5.
Okay, when was the last time you saw her?
3 weeks ago.
So it's not something that traumatized her.
She's in Kentucky.
So it's not something that traumatized her.
Your Honor, it never happened.
Just a second. I'm asking him. It's nonsense. What's next?
I mean, that's a big thing for me.
$170. What's next, Mr. Seligman?
That's a big thing.
It was evidently not a big thing to her, and it was not a big thing to you. And she's not here to testify.
It was big enough.
Just a second. And she's not here to testify.
Okay.
Could we move on, please?
Sure.
To something important?
Sure.
What wages did you lose?
I had a job working for a financial firm across the street. I was forced out of my apartment, and I had to go find another apartment, and I lost the job.
You said to me 2 minutes ago, I had an arrangement with them. The arrangement was you gave them notice.
For the end of February.
I'm speaking. You stayed, and then you very casually said, I had an arrangement with him. Give me back my security deposit, and you keep the money for sweeping. It all sounded very civilized. And now you say to me that you were forced out and you lost your job because you were forced out of this apartment. It all sounds very civilized from your end. Be ridiculous. This is not, let's make a deal. $170. Judgment for the plaintiff. We're done here.